So one of the things that I saw, which is really cute, was a little toy Ferrari for a little kid. What was that all about?
We've got 3 cars in total, supercars for kids. So one of our engagement events was at the Tokyo American Club here in Tokyo. Yeah. And yeah, so we had almost 50, I think it was 55 people came.
Wow.
There were over half of that were kids. And we had all these toy supercars driving around. So the kids that were old enough to drive could actually drive them. But then for the kids that are like 2 years old or even 1, there's remote control so that the parents can drive them around.
So you recently did a World Rally X last month, didn't you?
So World X is a big global brand. Conrad Wall runs it, really good guy. So we got together and we put together a joint venture for Japan. So World X Series Japan.
Yep.
And yeah, we've had 3 rallies. We've had a bunch of influencers, including Steve's POV, DDE, which are really prominent in the car world. And just had a lot of fun, basically, like long distance drives, stay at a couple of cool hotels, some really fun parties. Drove on the beach, which was interesting.
I did see that. You go to Osaka as well, right?
Yeah, so Osaka, Kyoto, Kobe, we try and get to different parts of Japan. It's a good way to see the country in supercars.
And so how does this sharing model, this exclusive model work?
So essentially the business model is like a C2C sharing platform type model. So it's kind of like what Airbnb does with real estate, right? So obviously sharing homes, sharing apartments is one thing, and that still raised eyebrows when the business first started. But we've got, $150,000 to $500,000 value cars, right? And one of the biggest objections we thought about when we started the business was, are people going to actually share their prized possessions and toys with essentially with strangers? So how we overcame that was we created this membership club. So we screen all of the members. They're all very like-minded people. So right now we have 40 members.
Wow.
They're predominantly CEOs, executives, business owners. About half of them are Japanese, half of them are non-Japanese. And about 30% of them, they actually don't reside in Japan. So they live in Hong Kong, Singapore, different parts of Asia. So when they come to Tokyo, they have this really cool club where they can access different experiences, cars namely.
So are all the cars graded the same way? Because I'm going to imagine they're different values of cars, so it couldn't be an even swap, right?
So every single car that's on the platform, we have to grade. It's kind of like you have to negotiate with each of the owners as well, right? Because they have to be comfortable with the level at which we grade the car, which then determines the price that our members can rent them out at. Yeah.
So really curious about that. So these owners have these beautiful supercars inside the garage. How often are they driving them? I mean, like how often are they even available?
Yeah, so generally, like if you think about supercars, they're heavily underutilized. They're not daily drivers. They're not designed to be that, right? So we mapped out all of like the financial data, like what does it cost to own a supercar, whether you finance it, you buy it cash. I would say in a given month, a supercar owner would probably use their car, I don't know, 2 to 10 times a month is a range.
Okay.
So there's an opportunity there, right? You have heavily underutilized assets. So those folks that are willing to share them with other like-minded people, that's where we found a market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it just going to be in Tokyo, or are you planning on expanding throughout Asia?
Yeah, so eventually we would like to take this platform globally. I mean, we have an investor in Singapore, and we've already set up actually an entity there.
So I know one of the assets that you guys are sharing are these supercars. Is there anything else?
We just visited Tokyo Bay last week, and we looked at a luxury yacht.
A yacht?
Yeah, so it's
wow.
So it's a 60-foot yacht, and they're just different levels to this game, right? So you've got people that own cars, helicopters. So we've actually partnered with a local helicopter company, so our members can also package together helicopter experiences. So 2 main uses of the helicopter. One is just getting to, like, just using as transportation basically. So there's a really famous golf course called Kawana Golf Course in Shizuoka, which is like 35 minutes by helicopter or 4 hours by car. So that's obviously useful. There's also Hakone, which is a really famous area in Japan for tourists, where you can get over there in like half an hour. And then finally Fuji Speedway. So we do a lot of circuit events. But the cool part about the whole club is like connecting these different experiences. So like driving a Lamborghini to the helipad, flying off, then coming back and then going. And those type of experiences is basically what the club represents, right? It's doing those things that you don't necessarily do every day, but or some people do, but you get to feel like you're a bit of a rock star, rock up to the hotel, throw your keys. No, you don't do that, but you, you'll see. So
the only thing you need to do is get the helicopter to land on the yacht, and then you got the trifecta.
And the golf course.
That's right.
Land in the sea on the yacht. So we're still trying to connect everything.